Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Some fortnight ago, Governor of Delta State had insisted that the South governors need to meet to discuss the issue of Zamfara gold and other issues that arose. And one of such issues is the fact that the 13% derivative that is gotten from oil and gas mining became a bone of contention as he started, talking about that 13%, why he started giving a lot of reasons why that 13% shouldn't be seen as a community derivative, as it may cause a lot of issues. Well, as we speak, the Niger Delta youth militants actually have decided to respond to everything that is going on, both from the federal government and also from the state governors. But before we go into the news proper, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, a coalition of militants in Niger Delta under the auspices of Reform Niger Delta Avengers (RNDA) yesterday warned governors of the 9 states in the oil-rich region, that's Niger Delta states, to stay clear of the 13% derivation fund or face consequences which may lead to destruction of oil facilities in the creek. Speaking through the general officer commanding that GOC RNDA, self-professed Major General John Mark Ezonebi, aka Obama, the militant slammed the chairman of South Governors Forum and Delta State Governor, that's Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, over his recent claim that paying 13% derivation directly to the oil communities could create misunderstanding. The militants cautioned any attempt by Niger Delta governors to fight the presidency over our demand and that of our oil communities that the 13% derivation funds should not be paid through them. We will declare war against them because enough is enough of this man-made perpetual injustice created by our governors using the fund to buy private jets, properties in Abuja and Lagos and even abroad, build government houses and buying billion naira worth of exotic cars in their convoys, they said. Okowa had, while answering a question on derivation during his quarterly interaction with reporters on Wednesday, said, besides, it is not a question of I want to manage the 13%. They ought to say they want to manage the 100%. What about the 87% being shared among other states in the country? You did not push for the 87%, but it is the 13% coming to the state that you want to manage. It does not make sense. Unfortunately, people just want to be heard and noticed. And by the time the governors are talking on their own, you are getting a group of communities talking and those ones have a different viewpoint. By the time this division is created, what then happens? They will say we are singing in different tones. What you do not have a collective voice on, the management of resources in your region, he said. However, militants who purported that Niger Delta governors were misappropriating the 13% derivation fund asserted Governor Okowa and his counterparts from the region and want to stay clear from the 13% derivation funds, or else they will face severe consequences which may lead to destruction of oil facilities in the creek. Ezonebi faltered the claim by Governor Okowa that paying 13% derivation fund directly to oil communities does not make sense and would cause misunderstanding, saying his outburst was provocative. He added that contrary to the governor's claim, direct payment to oil communities and not state governors will lead to effective development of the region. Governor Okowa's statement is provocative and an attempt by the Niger Delta governors to continue the alleged diversion of 13% derivation meant to develop oil-producing communities and the region. The governor's position, which is contrary to the stand of the presidency and oil and gas producing communities, is that it is the governors that can manage the fund on behalf of the oil communities. This is a great insult and deceitful position by the governors known to have misappropriated funds meant for the development of the region. Okowa and his fellow governors should come out to tell us what they have done with the 13% derivation and many other funds that have accrued to the region. Okowa's position is also an insult to the agitating militant groups in the creek and the oil producing communities and traditional rulers from the region. These Niger Delta governors cannot continue to enslave and mortgage the future of our youth and that of our unborn children in the creeks. They should also not provoke the wrath of the gods upon their lives. And if they refuse to stay clear from the 13% derivation fund, we may be forced to declare war against them and tag them as enemies of development of the oil-rich region. In our years of agitation, we have observed the damages and the devastation effect caused by these greedy self-centered state governors from the region. The oil and gas producing communities in region are saying enough is enough, the RNDA leader said. According to him, RNDA wants to challenge the governor of Delta State to pinpoint the massive urban infrastructural development he has done so far with the trillions he has collected from the 13% derivation fund since he assumed office as the governor of Delta State in 2015. Bakam. Guys, it don't happen. Have you seen the way they have tactically pushed the government against their people? I do not understand why we don't see reading between the lines. Okay, of all the times you should be in one voice, should be now. Why all of a sudden is the government willing to give the same 13% they're used to giving to the governors? Why are they now insisting they must give that same 13% to the community? Knowing fully well that the youth will definitely agitate. Don't forget that if we give this 13% directly to the oil producing communities, what then happens to those places that do not have oil? Okay, what then happens to those communities that are not blessed with oil? Okay, like, we are not like Okowa will say, nobody's asking question about the 87%. It is that 13% they now want to give to, they are giving it to Peter. Now they want to move it from Peter to give to Paul, knowing fully well that there will be quarrel and fight and agitation here and there. Well, let's find out how to play out. Let's hear what Nigerians are saying concerning this matter, because honestly, Nigerians are saying a lot. Don't forget that 87% is going to other states who do not, as a national moi quote and unquote, who do not even feel the pains of Niger Delta youth, do not feel the pains of the region, but yet Niger Delta youth are trying to fight their governors over that 13%. That 13%. Let's continue. This one here, let's hear what people are saying. This one here is saying, fools, you will not fight to control the resources in your land, but to fight over peanuts you are giving. This is why your area will continue to be underdeveloped. Homes hero, fools. By the way, why is it now that you want to change who controls it after how many years? Good question. That's the same question I asked. Continue your tribal war, and that is what continues to keep people down. Have you now answered why? What changed? What are they trying to pit, pit the people against their governors, knowing fully well that it may be difficult for them to control their people? Let's continue. This one here is saying this group or whatever they call you are just fighting for their own personal interest, because by the time they bring it to the communities, they'll start demanding ransom, which are satisfied. So this one here is saying this group are what they or whatever you call you. You are just fighting for your own personal interests, which are satisfied with the peanuts instead of the community. If I ask you how many of you or your brothers from South and Southeast have oil well, but the Northerners have the oil wells at your backyard, and you're talking of only 13%. Check it. Is there wisdom in your comments? I don't know. It's really baffling, honestly. You are only thinking of enjoying and not even carrying the community along. You can't win the fight or battles alone. Don't be Sherlock. Reason well with other groups around from South and Southeast to achieve a common goal. So as you make a sacrifice together, you enjoy your efforts together. Thanks. This one here say now Mumu do act now and stop the shakara. This one here say go and hold the local government council chairman. This one here is saying you can't do anything. You are making mouth. Wait, sometimes envelopes will reach you. It seems like you people are very hungry. It's wonderful. This one here is saying the state monthly allocation is given to who? Why should FG, that's federal government, think of giving the 13% derivative fund directly to the community? Divide and rule game. I tell you, that's the same thing I'm saying here. And I do not know why others are not saying the same thing. What changed? Why are they not deciding to, all of a sudden, they're willing to give that same 13% to the community? Why is the community not asking for the whole Zamfara, at least until the narrative is changed? we need to understand that the same rule should fall both for the north and for the south. And they are shifting the same money into different hands, and everybody's quarreling. I just hope the governors and the people of Niger Delta will find a way around this and sort themselves out before it degenerates to a full-blown issue here that will become a community stroke leadership of the Niger Delta state problem. This one here is saying you people are not talking about good roads, good schools, job creation, good hospitals, and so on. What is please, but for how many people? I do not know what this pin, I don't know what it's trying to say, but in a nutshell, that's what we're gonna wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section. What's your take on the fact that all of a sudden the same 13% that has always been given to the state governors of Niger Delta state, are now being considered to be given to the communities producing the oil? What then will happen to those other communities that have no oil in